On the outside, the great Emperor's colossal tentacles whipped horizontally, sweeping across the space. The force was so immense that it directly shattered the void. He stared, his maniacal expression clearly visible. The next second, he released countless tentacles around his body and threw his head back, roaring wildly. Roar! His roar, accompanied by terrifying spiritual energy, seemed to distort the very fabric of cosmic space. Meanwhile, on Earth, the mysterious girl and the colossal creature behind her were facing the mutated creature attempting to protect the great Emperor's heart. The mysterious girl's expression was grim, her eyes filled with murderous intent as she stared at the mutated creature and declared in a low voice, "I will not let you ruin my plan. Prepare to meet your death." The mutated creature opened its mouth wide and roared angrily, as if in response to her arrogant words. It decisively charged towards the girl with incredible speed to attack her. Seeing the mutated creature rushing at her, the mysterious girl shouted, "Go!" The snow-white hairs on the head of the creature behind her suddenly shot out frantically, like Spider-Man's webs. The hairs spanned out, forming a thin, invisible net like a spider web in front of the mysterious girl. Only when the mutated creature slammed directly into the net did it stop, widening its eyes in surprise as it thought, "It's hair." The mysterious girl held a handful of fine white hair in her hand, like a puppeteer controlling her puppet's strings. She clenched her fist, pulling the hairs taut, her eyes now chillingly cold. The next second, the hairs directly tore the mutated creature into small pieces. The fragments of the mutated creature's body clattered onto the ground. Not stopping there, the hairs quickly wrapped tightly around the trunk containing the great Emperor's heart, which was attempting to regenerate behind the mutated creature. The mysterious girl spread her hand, unleashing those hairs, and shouted, "You too! It's time for you to vanish!" As soon as the words dropped, the hairs directly sliced the massive trunk containing the great Emperor's heart into countless small pieces. Instantly, the ground suffered a violent tremor. Buildings and earth chunks cracked and collapsed with a roar. Ninetails, standing in the air, saw the situation was dire and shouted, "This planet is shaking!" The mysterious girl stood next to Ninetails, speaking with a strained expression. "Now we must separate Earth from the great Emperor's body. Otherwise, at this rate, Earth will explode." Hearing the mysterious girl's warning echoing in the air, Panda below looked up at the mysterious girl and shouted, "Are you kidding? How can we possibly do that?" The mysterious girl did not answer Panda immediately. She stood still, her face darkening. The colossal creature behind her had a serious, intimidating expression. A moment later, she frowned and spoke. "I've had the plan prepared for a long time now, since hundreds of thousands of years ago." Finishing her words, the hair of the creature behind her suddenly grew long at a clearly visible speed. The white, web-like locks quickly spread out and plunged straight into the ground. In no time, the creature's hair covered almost the entire surface of the earth. As soon as it firmly attached itself to the entire surface of the earth, the mysterious girl immediately spread her arms, casting a massive spell formation that appeared above the head of the white-haired creature. The secret technique, great teleportation, the earth, trapped within the heaven-piercing tree's body, suddenly lit up. It was no longer as bleak as when it was first swallowed by the great Emperor. The next second, the earth suddenly vanished without a trace. And at this moment, the earth, which was supposed to be inside the great Emperor's body, unexpectedly reappeared in the solar system. Looking at the familiar sunlight covering the earth, Panda was stunned in surprise. It could hardly believe its eyes and exclaimed joyfully, "We're back!" Mammoth, covered in injuries, struggled to stand and said, "We've returned to the solar system." After casting the secret technique to teleport the Earth back to the solar system, the mysterious girl immediately lowered her head and coughed up blood. Cough, cough, cough. Ninetails approached the girl. Sensing that the life force in the girl's body was rapidly draining away, Ninetails looked at her and said worriedly, "It seems you are about to die." The mysterious girl was trembling incessantly but still replied calmly, "I'm fine." She frowned, cold sweat breaking out, and reminded them, "The matter is not over yet." Her voice echoed in the void. Next, the divine tree must defeat the great emperor. Only then will everything be considered over. At the same time, Yuziu controlled the massive roots to grow longer and longer. Yuziu had now transformed into a different true form. He narrowed his eyes, looking at the great emperor standing opposite him. On the opposite side, the great emperor, whose entire body was covered in massive tentacles, was also watching him vigilantly. Avon quickly noticed the anomaly and shouted a reminder. "Kid, look over there! Your planet has vanished from the great emperor's body." As soon as the words dropped, Yuziu's gaze also focused immediately on the eye at the center of the heaven-piercing tree's trunk. That spot, which had been containing Earth, suddenly became empty, like a bottomless black hole. Avon broke out in a cold sweat, his face horrified, and said, "Could your Earth have been destroyed?" Yuziu flatly denied it. "Impossible." He immediately used his heavenly eye. The colossal eye on his forehead instantly emitted a dazzling light. Yuziu looked straight through the great emperor's massive body, extending his vision into the vast void behind. He pierced through the galaxy, looking in one direction. After passing countless different planets, Yuziu finally saw Earth in the solar system. He saw Ninetails, still alive, standing in the air. Yuziu understood part of what had happened and muttered to himself. "So that's how it is." The great emperor realized he had lost the object connected to his heart to draw nourishment. He roared furiously and violently. Roar! His massive tentacles lost control, growing chaotically everywhere. Avon anxiously said, sweating profusely. "Kid, his spiritual energy is completely chaotic. This is the perfect moment to attack." Yuziu replied calmly. "I know. I won't miss this good opportunity." The great emperor, standing opposite him, opened his mouth wide and roared. His body suddenly began to mutate bizarrely. Yuziu narrowed his eyes and said, "I've fought you for too long. It's time to end everything." His gaze settled on the great emperor's colossal figure struggling in the void. A massive sphere unexpectedly appeared in the void. Yuziu growled. "Thanks to you, I have become stronger. Farewell, great emperor." As soon as the words dropped, Yuziu directly used 9 realms, summoning all the minor worlds he possessed. Immediately after, he used both hands to concentrate spiritual energy into one point. The dazzling golden light of spiritual energy pierced through those minor worlds. The next second, the spiritual energy suddenly exploded. The minor worlds quickly merged together, radiating a blinding light. Avon widened his eyes in astonishment, exclaiming in disbelief. 9 worlds merging into one! The great emperor, standing before Yuziu, threw his head back and roared. Just then, a flashing light appeared where Yuziu stood. The great emperor reluctantly gathered all his spiritual energy, creating a half-sphere of spiritual energy right in the middle of the void, preparing to counter Yuziu's incoming attack. This is the end of the video. Catch the next chapters on the Kappa-sama YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe to support me. Thank you all very much.